Well, you might be wondering why I just did that. I mean, it's a talk. It's a TEDx talk. It's not a performance. But the theme of this conference today is to shift. It's to shift the way we think about problems that we face in our society. The theme of the conference is to shift the way that we view solutions that we have, or that we might have for the problems that face us in society. And in Sudbury, right now, it's imperative for us to shift. And what I just did, and what people reproduce much better than I did every day around the world, I want to say is a key part of fixing some of the problems that we might face in Sudbury today and around the world. But I'm going to break a cardinal rule of presentations today. Sorry about that. I'm going to break a cardinal rule of presentations today. And I'm going to start on a negative note. I'm going to say that we are disconnected. Now, what does that mean? You might say, after all, we are more connected now than we ever have been in our history. We could connect on Facebook now. We could connect on our phones. We can get in touch with each other at just a moment's notice. But I'm talking on a level of politics, and this is something Dawn touched on, I thought, really well. On a level of politics, on a level of our society, on a level of what we share as a collective people, we are disconnected. And what do I mean by that? And what does that mean for us locally in Sudbury? 43%. That's the percentage of people that voted in the 2006 Sudbury municipal election. This only went up to around 49% in the 2010 municipal election. And so what's the problem with this? This only means that 43%, less than half of our population, is plugging into what's going on in our society, in our city. Only 43% of people are finding it important enough to go to a ballot box and to mark an X. But it's much more than that. It means that only 43% of the people in this city want to be involved in finding solutions to the problems that we face. It's a very concerning statistic. 1/3. This was the number of people in a recent Greater Sudbury Vital Signs report who claimed that they did not feel a part of this community, a part of what it means to be a Sudburian. Only 1/3 of people do not feel a part of it. Again, this is 1/3 of people who are simply not plugging in to our politics, not plugging in to the solutions that we need to find in this city. Because we're in a key moment here in Sudbury right now. We need to shift the way we think. And with 1/3 of people not feeling as if they're involved, how can we ever do that? The fact of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is that we can and we must do better than that. It's concerning in a city of our size, of our stature in the north, that we have such civil disconnection. The need for us to become a 21st century now is evident. To move beyond our roots as a mining town, to hold that as our core, but to move beyond it to become something bigger, something better, something greater. We can and we need to do better. And so you might be asking, what's the solution to that? How do we do better? What can we do to become this 21st century city and to reconnect people to our politics? You might be wondering why I've included a picture of a famous former president here. Maybe I'll say infamous, because infamous for some good reasons, infamous for some not so good reasons. Of course, this is Mr. Bill Clinton. He's playing a saxophone. Happens to be the instrument I play. Mr. Clinton was well known for his ability as a politician to connect to people. That was perhaps his defining characteristic, the fact that he could speak on a level of the average person. And he demonstrated this in 1992 when he went on the Arsenio Hall show, which was a great show, by the way. Sad that I never really got around to seeing it. Went on the Arsenio Hall show, and he played the sax. And his poll numbers jumped after that. And I've always found that really interesting because he was running against, of course, George Bush Sr., who had just come out of a successful Gulf War, where the United States had won. He was a successful war hero. He was a successful vice president, a statesman of the highest degree. And Mr. Clinton's poll numbers went up simply after he played the saxophone. And so, what is it about that that's so inspiring? What is it about the act of music and art and culture that speaks to people? Some might say it's just because it's cool that a politician plays an instrument, but I think it's more than that. I think it's that music is a human language. It's a language that defies the divisions of culture that we have in a diverse country like Canada. It's a human language that speaks to us in a way that defies political beliefs and ideologies. And so I want to say that Mr. Clinton, what he did, is a human language that can unite us. On the local level here in Sudbury, I've had the opportunity to play at a number of different events, different locales. And I've seen the power of music, of bringing together people to bridge the divides that we have in our society. I play at the Legion on Thursday afternoons in a big band for seniors, and it's a dance. And I see, to hear the music of their generation, these seniors get such a smile on their face. It's like it makes their afternoon just to hear this music, and it brings people together. And that's the power of music. That's the power of art and culture. I also have had the opportunity to play at seniors' homes with an all-male choir, and I see the same thing. To hear the music of their generation, these seniors are so inspired and happy. And to have a part of that makes me happy. And it brings us together as human beings. And again, this is not a conservative observation or a liberal observation or an orange observation. It's a human observation. Sudbury can be a creative city. We have a wealth of talent here. We have a wealth of intellect, of inspiration. We have a base to become the 21st century city that I've been talking about. But there are challenges. We have challenges of civil disengagement here, as I've pointed out. The need for us now, more than ever, is evident to shift the way we think. And I want to say that arts and culture is the key to doing that in Sudbury. We have some of it, but we don't have enough. If we did have enough, I feel as if our community would be a more cohesive one. And so what does that beg of you and I? Is it just a matter of having more arts in our community? Or is it a matter of something a lot more profound? We can be creative, but you need to get involved, and I need to get involved. And what do I mean by that? Well, take some time and go out in our community and see the wealth of art and talent and creativity we have here. It's inspiring. And not only does that lead to a more cohesive community when you do that, but there is a great wealth of evidence out there that creativity and artistic inspiration leads to a better economy and a more diverse and versatile economy in the 21st century. I've spoken about the need for Sudbury to move beyond the boom and bust mining cycle. Move beyond it exclusively. And this is the way to do it. You and I need to go out, plug ourselves in to the artistic venues that exist in this city. Plug ourselves in to the great talent we have here. Sell Sudbury as a creative hub in Northern Ontario. Sell Sudbury as the ticket to a good, fun, artistic time in the North. And when we do that, when we become more diverse, when we become more creative as a city, not only will we be more cohesive, not only will we be more civilly engaged, but we will truly become that 21st century that is our promise here in Sudbury. Thank you for your time.